the improvement you saw from your team from Clemson to Syracuse? Was it as simple as the ball going in the basket made things better, or did you see lots of areas of gradual improvement?
Yeah, I think we've seen stretches of improvement, in our preparation leading up to it and then in the game. But of course, making some shots and guys just playing, I thought they played a little freer helped. Maybe that was because some shots went in early. They played hard. And against Clemson, we started out well, and Clemson just played very well against us. And, we've had stretches, but we played more of a complete game on both ends against Syracuse, perhaps than we had in the previous game or games before that. And, but as the saying goes, shooting covers over a multitude of sins. And, when you've not shot the ball particularly well, seeing a few go in certainly has helped.
And I know it's just a quirk of the schedule, but the idea of playing these guys again so soon after you played them, how does that impact your preparation or your planning?
Yeah, that's just kind of how it's made for TV, or however the scheduling goes. I guess you get a fresh look. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think they've played. We've had one game in there. We're back to back for them. So, you look at, obviously, you study the game you played, and they've had a break. We've had a break from Christmas. I'm sure there'll be some new wrinkles in both things, but it'll come down to obviously who's ready and who can execute the best for the majority of the game.
Thank you.
Greg Madia, go ahead.
Hey, Tony, I just was curious, were you happy with the minutes Cody Statman and Tane Murray gave you off the bench at Syracuse? And I guess if so, how badly do you guys need those quality minutes off the bench regularly?
Yeah, no, I thought, everybody who played had good stretches. And when you look at some of our games, the ability to get some production, whether it's points or just some kind of production from our bench is important. And I thought we got that from both of those guys that you mentioned. And even though Francisco didn't score, he came in the second half and kind of righted the ship and did some things. And we went with, in that game, an 8-man rotation. We got hit by some COVID issues. So we had some couple guys out and a couple guys that only practiced for 2 days leading up to that. So, we weren't sure exactly who we were going to have. And that last test that we received before we practiced on whatever day we played, Friday, was important. We were close to possibly not playing that game.
Kip Coons, go ahead.
Yeah, Tony, hi. Just to follow up on that, how close to full strength is your squad right now?
Yeah, I mean, we got through, we had quite a few guys in our program, a handful of players and some managers and staff members that were out, but we're close. We're pretty close now. Obviously, the majority of the guys that were getting minutes played in the Syracuse game, and everything has been good since then. And we're getting ready to get, in the next day or two, 1 or 2 more of our couple of our guys back and a staff member back, assuming everything goes well.
David Teal is here. He has the next question. Go ahead.
Tony, do you feel like you have some experience now dealing with these disruptions and such? And if so, anything you can apply from last season to this?
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's more for, the players that had played a lot last year. You just sort of, you show up, you practice, and you hold it loosely, as I've said a few times before, because you don't know. Someone comes down with a symptom, or, and I just heard the tail end of Coach K's. I don't know, I think you test when there's symptoms, unless some schools are testing, every day. We had a potential outbreak, so we tested everyone a couple times coming back from Christmas break. And then from that point, there might not be uniformity, as he said. But so you're a little bit where you practice, you show up, and then, our trainer's excellent. He always asks the guys if there's anything, how you feeling? And if there's something there, we'll test and monitor it. And you're trying to be a little more now with this recent surge, a little more cautious with mass in certain spots and spacing when you can, but you also have to prepare well and play, and you can't be as, last year at times we didn't quite know. This year, when you practice, you practice. When you prepare, and you can't walk around on eggshells, so to speak, all the time, but you're smart and sound without going over the top. That's the way we're looking at it.
And then one of the differences in Brad's team this year, at least from a statistical standpoint, is 3-point shooting. I think they rank 6th in the country right now in 3-point accuracy. How much more difficult are they to defend now?
They've always, been, they always defend and have been tough-minded, and just, all the things you see. Now, I think this year, yeah, you're right. Just the way they can spread the floor in almost every position, which is unique at the 5. But 1 through 5, they can play different lineups, but for sure, their ability to shoot it. And as we talked about, the first question, when you're knocking down shots and spacing the floor, and then you have PJ Hall, who's physical inside it, who also can shoot the 3 ball, it puts pressure on your defense. And so, I've been really impressed, and I think Brad he always does an excellent job, and, he runs difficult stuff to guard, and he has them executing, playing and hard. And then when they start hitting shots and stretching it, you can just see, and that sort of feeds into every other part. But absolutely, they were, when we played them, I thought maybe they go up because they were banging them against us pretty frequently, but I think they were 5th when we played them. So someone else must have had a hot game until they moved to 6. So they dropped to 6, but those are nice numbers. I've had a few teams when you're in that top 6, that's a nice thing. So, you do the best you can to disrupt and bother those shots. But that's certainly been a key with the other things they're doing well, and their experience. I think those guys that they have, they've been in those battles, and they know there's continuity in how coach wants them to play on both ends.
We have time for one more quick one from Mike Barber. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, Tony, I just wanted to ask real quick, with the snow, has there been any disruption to your travel plans or changes to your travel plans?
We're supposed to practice, what time is it? 2-3 hours or whatever, and get out. So I'm sure we'll have to delay it if usually the threat of snow, again, being from Wisconsin, the threat of snow in Charlottesville, things are shut down for 2 or 3 days. And we know the stories. That's just, you grow up. So we might be postponing this game for 2 weeks later. Who knows how this goes? But no, we'll, obviously get our guys in as safely as possible. And then once we can, and then I don't know what's going on at the airport, and I'm sure Clemson's in a better spot. But as of right now, I'm just waiting to hear from Ronnie, and I think there'll be a little bit of a delay, but I hope we can get in there and put get on the snowmobile machine and put your, the snow blowers out and go. People don't even know what those are in Charlottesville, but hopefully we can get in and be good to go.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep. See you guys.
Tony, thanks for the time. Good luck tomorrow.
Thanks, Andy. Good to see you, Andy.
You always, Tony. Happy New Year.